Universitas Syiah is a public university located in Banda Aceh, the capital of Aceh Province. Located at the westernmost point of Sumatra Island, the province is rich with traditions, cultures, languages, and natural resources. The university is also known as the heart of the Acehnese, Jantong Hati Rakyat Aceh. It is the oldest university in Aceh, officially established on September 2nd, 1961. Universitas Syiah was named after an Islamic scholar of Aceh, Abdurrauf bin Ali Al-Jawi Asingkali, who is also known as Tunku Syiah. He established an Islamic education center at a river mouth in Banda Aceh, which later became an official higher education institution. During this time, he gave great contribution to the education values and Islamic laws and regulations in Aceh. In addition to the main campus in Darussalam, Banda Aceh City, Universitas Syiah has also established a second campus in the district of Gaya Luiz. The campus is called Program Studi di Luar Campus Utama, the study program outside the main campus, which was officially opened on September 2nd, 2014. Universitas Syiah has 12 faculties and a postgraduate school. The Faculty of Economics and Business, the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, the Faculty of Law, the Faculty of Engineering, the Faculty of Agriculture, the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, the Faculty of Medicine, the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, the Faculty of Social and Political Science, the Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Science, the Faculty of Nursing, and the Faculty of Dentistry. All these 12 faculties together offer 135 study programs of different levels: diploma programs, undergraduate programs, professional programs, specialist programs, master's programs, and doctoral programs. With various faculties and programs being offered, Universitas Syiah now hosts more than 32,000 students from various regions in Indonesia and overseas. The university has received numerous awards for its achievements at both the national and the international levels. For example, with Malam Diwa electric car, Universitas Syiah recently won as the second fastest team to compete technical inspection in the electric class at a prestigious competition in Asia, the Shell Eco Marathon Asia competition. In the research area, the university has also developed a good reputation at the national and international levels through its excellent research and research centers, such as the Tsunami and Disaster Mitigation Research Center and the Atsiri Research Center. Universitas Syiah also publishes numerous scientific journals. Some of them have been indexed by SINTA, the Indonesian Citation Index, as Quartile 1 and 2 journals. One of the university's journals, Studies in English Language and Education Journal, has recently been indexed by Scopus, one of the most reputable journal indexing and citation databases in the scientific world. Universitas Syiah has actively participated in several collaborative programs with several countries in Asia and Europe. These include Erasmus Mobility and Capacity Building Program, IMT-GT University Network Program, and the Erasmus Plus Program. Universitas Syiah has numerous national and international collaborations with universities and companies across the globe. Through this collaboration, the university has successfully organized various academic and non-academic events which have improved the university's national and international reputations. The Joint Research and Publication Program, the Exchange Program, the Internship Program, the Disaster and Cultural Summer Camp, and the humanitarian program are among many others. Universitas Syiah Kuala does not only focus on improving the quality of academic activities within the campus, but also proudly offers services to the communities. These tasks are assigned to 3 units at the university: the Office of International Affairs, Career Development Center, and Entrepreneurship Center. These units help students, staff, and alumni expand their experiences in academics, business, and beyond. Therefore, Universitas Syiah Kuala has always appreciated and placed at top priorities all partnerships and collaborations, and has managed to make the university what it is today, the heart of the Acehnese, Jantong Hati Rakyat Aceh. The university continuously strives to improve the quality of its academic activities, research development, humanitarian works, and the quality and quantity of scientific publications to achieve its vision to become the leading university in Asia and to become a world-class institution.
Universitas Syiah Kuala, universitas yang inovatif, mandiri dan terkemuka, menuju Innovation Socio-Technopreneur University.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful, may peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you. Good morning again, and we are delighted to welcome you this morning again virtually for the opening ceremony. Good morning, and we are delighted to welcome you to the second day of the International Conference on Patchouli and Essential Oil Research Innovation, Iconpeori 2021. I hope you are in the good condition and you are still excited to join this event today. So without further ado, we will start the event now. The agenda for today is the invited speaker session. We have 3 invited speakers, which are Dr. Muhammad Rafi from Institut Pertanian Bogor, Indonesia. I repeat, we have 3 invited speakers, which are Dr. Muhammad Rafi from Institut Pertanian Bogor, Indonesia, Dr. Rernet Khairan from Universitas Syiah Kuala, Indonesia, and Professor Isa Telsi from Isparta University of Applied Science, Turkey. This invited speaker session will be moderated by Dr. Esi Harneli. Dr. Esi is a lecturer at Universitas Syiah Kuala and also a team member of Atsiri Research Center, Universitas Syiah Kuala. Before I hand the session to Dr. Esi, we need a few minutes to set up the studio, so please enjoy the video for the moment.
Thank you, Raihan, for the moderator session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, our invited speaker and all participants. Welcome to our second day of International Conference on Patchouli and Essential Oil Research and Innovation, Iconpeori 2021. My name is Syiah. I will lead this session for the moderator for this moment. This morning, we will have 3 invited speakers. The first is Dr. Muhammad Rafi from IPB University. The second is Dr. Renat Khairan from Syiah Kuala University. And the third is Professor Isa Telsi from Isparta Applied Science University. Now, we will start with the first invited speaker, Dr. Muhammad Rafi. I will read Dr. Rafi curriculum vitae. Dr. Muhammad Rafi was born in Bekasi, 13 March in 1977, and he is graduated from IPB University in 2000, and got the master degree from IPB University in 2009, and pursued and got the doctoral degree in Gifu University in 2013. Most of Dr. Rafi's work is about the medicinal and also metabolomic approach. So today we will listen to Dr. Rafi, who will present about the recent application of metabolomic in essential oil research. As we know that nowadays metabolomic research is very interesting research topic. What is metabolomic and how the application in essential oil research? We will listen to the explanation of Mr. Rafi, Dr. Muhammad Rafi. Dr. Muhammad Rafi, are you ready?
Yes, I see. Thank you.
Yes. You have 25 minutes for presentation, give a talk for 25 minutes, and then 10 minutes for question and answer. Now the time is yours, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very honored too. Thank you very much for the organizing committee of Iconpeori who invited me to give some of our experience in the applications of metabolomics in plants, especially for the essential oil research. Yeah, let me share my screen. So it's already okay to all of you?
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you. Yeah, as mentioned by Dr. Esi, my name is Muhammad Rafi, and I would like to give some research activity in our research center and also in our department about recent applications of metabolomics in essential oil research. So my curriculum vitae is already given by Dr. Esi, and now I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Chemistry and also in the Tropical Biopharmaca Research Center. Also now I'm serving as head of master and doctoral degree in chemistry, editor-in-chief of Journal JAMO Indonesia, and PIC of Metabolab Advanced Research Laboratory, and also I'm serving as the president of the Indonesian Chemical Society 2020 to 2021. And my primary research interest is in the field of metabolomics and chemometric, especially for the development of quality control methods, identifying biomarker, compound, and standardizations of medicinal or food plants. And then this is some example of our research activity regarding standardizations of Androcrapis paniculata using metabolomics. So here I do with some kind of metabolomic approach like profiling, fingerprinting, and also doing correlations with the biological activity. Yeah, this is some of my publication regarding with the metabolomics study with my graduate student. So in my talk, I will separate three talking about metabolomics, what is and its strategic analysis, and also about essential oils. Maybe you have already known.
Recording in progress.
And also applications of metabolomics in essential oil research. So, yeah, about metabolomics. Metabolomics is the youngest ones from the omics science, from the genomics, transcriptomics, proteomics, and also metabolomics. Metabolomics will related to the functions and the phenotype of the mostly we do with the plants. So this is some of a few of omics illustrations about the flow of molecular informations from genes to metabolites to function and phenotype. So interactions between the omes and the omics technique used to measure them. So usually in the metabolomics, we identify or quantify of metabolites, usually related to the function and the phenotype of some plants like essential oil plants or medicinal plants. And usually in the metabolomics, we do like profiling to mapping the compounds present in the samples and do like identifications or quantifications of some like bioactive compounds or like also compound that related to the function of the phenotyping. And this is some example of application of metabolomics. Is very quite many applications using the metabolomics from the agriculture, from the veterinary, and also from the pharmacy, and also from the chemistry, biology, yeah, and also so on related to the life sciences or the natural sciences. So here, my talk will be mostly related to the agriculture because I'm from IPB University. So agriculture is the main research activity in our university. So what is metabolomics? Metabolomics is systematic identifications and also quantifications of the small molecule metabolite products. We call it metabolome of a biological system like cell, tissue, organ, biological fluid, or organism at a specific point in time. So we measure the fluctuations of the chemical compounds present in the sample or in the biological systems. Like we do treatment, we differentiated location of growth, and also checking for the chemical component synthesized because of biotic or abiotic stress, so on. So in metabolomics, usually now is a hot topic right now because present technology is very advanced. Yeah, in the past, usually we measure like only 1, 2, 3 compounds. Now we can quantify, we can detect maybe 100 until 100 compounds. So we can because of the present technology, nothing new in metabolomics. Because of what? Because only different directions. Because we now have many sophisticated instrumentation. So we can detect more, we can identify more. So what is metabolomics stand on is about quantify everything, but now is still not possible because there is no single equipment that can detect or that can separate all of the components present in the sample. So usually we do like doing like some other approach in the metabolomics. Mainly like we do like fingerprinting, profiling, or targeted. Because before that, we have to know that the metabolomics, we usually should understand about the analytical methods, because analytical methods is very specific. If you do analysis in plants or animals, and then because of we should detect all of the compounds, identify or quantify, so we will have multivariable. So because of this, we need help from the chemometrics or data analysis by using the statistical analysis. So usually we have to do some like spectral data processing because measurement of every sample is very depending on the noise of the instruments, and also if you analyze this day and next day it will be different because of decreasing or increasing the background signal from the chemical components or the noise level of the instrumentation. So because of that, we have to normalize the signal of the components, because in the statistical data analysis, when we analyze to classifications or to discrimination, we have to make sure that our signal is come from the chemical components, not from the noise, not from the background increase, and not from the increasing or decreasing backgrounds. So after that, we have to know about biological knowledge, because we have to to interpret in what pathway the chemical components is synthesized, and also relation with the biological activity. So in the metabolomics, we have to make it sure that we understand about the analytical methods, data analysis, namely chemometrics, because we're dealing with the chemometrics data, and also biological knowledge. So in the metabolomic, usually we use three approach, namely targeted analysis, fingerprinting, and profiling. The differences between the targeted fingerprinting and profiling is only on the detections and also for the identification and quantification of the metabolites. In the targeted, in the word of target, so we have to know what kind of target compound that we should measure. We measure the gingerol in the for the ginger, but for the fingerprinting, usually we only do like signal measurement as come as the whole signal from the chemical components present in the sample. Usually, fingerprinting is only for pattern recognitions to classify sample by shifts in global metabolite composition. Yeah, for the identification, or also for authentication, and also from the discriminations. But profiling, usually we do like detect and identify and approximate quantifications of large set of target compounds within a specific metabolite pathway, usually like phenolic profiling or alkaloid profiling, something like that. And in the agriculture, usually we can apply metabolomics to understand about stressing like abiotic and biotic. Usually we call it plant metabolomics. So in plant metabolomics is a powerful tool to study the metabolic mechanism underlying plant responses to adverse environmental conditions or the plant attacker interactions like biotic stress. So we can have the resistance, tolerant, or susceptible plants by if they stressing with the abiotic or biotic stress. So what they're responsible from the plants to accumulate the stress. So, by using metabolomics, also we can like knowing the is there any differences between chemical compositions in the different location of growth or the genetics, like a variety or climates, seasonal variations? Is there any seasonal variations? And also soil, age, practices, and also health components that present in the sample. So we can do analyzing with the metabolomics. So we can know that what the best location of growth of the sample and what the best post-harvest treatment for the sample to have some like maximum quality or maximum quality of product that can be made by our plants. So in metabolomics, usually there is some states that you have to make it sure, something like what you will do. Like if you want to differentiate each species that with the same morphology or with the same chemical compositions, nearly the same, I think, like maybe like Cucuma longa or Cucuma santoriza is very similar in the chemical compositions. So by using the what you will do with the targeted or the untargeted approach in metabolomics. Targeted is like targeted analysis, untargeted is like metabolite fingerprinting or profiling. And then don't forget in the sample preparations for the extraction protocols, something that you have to optimize first, because every sample will have different compositions and also different level of the metabolites. Also, if you want to look complete picture of the plants, you have to do quenching, because quenching is very important to prevent the loss of the chemical components because of the gradations of or decompositions because of the enzymatic processes still continue. And then you have to choose what instrumental technique that can that will you be used. If you want to check the essential oils, so gas chromatography mass spectrometry is the best choice. If you don't have the GCMS, you can do like other techniques, some like maybe you can still can analyze with the LCMS, but I think GCMS is the best choice. And also you can measure with the infrared technology or Raman technology for the essential oil quality. And then after you choose the instrumental technique, you have to pre-process or analyze the data, yeah, for the classifications or for the authentication of the sample for example. And so you can have like a new biomarker or pathway analysis or validate your hypothesis with the biological interpretations that you have to like something you can conclude from your result. So this is another examples you have to learn in the analyzing of metabolomics data, like noise reductions, baseline corrections, peak picking, ion deconvolutions, alignment, feature filtering, drift corrections, normalizations, and also pretreatment like centering and scaling. Because of what? Because yeah, like we know that every single measurement depends on the situations on your laboratory and also your instrumentations, noise, level of background, and etc. It can be affected your quality of signal of your samples. So in metabolomic study, usually we have to know how to extract all metabolites, because in metabolomics, usually we have to extract all of the components, as maximum as possible. And then how can we separate or detect the metabolites in your extracts? And also because we extract many components, so how can we reduce the huge data set obtained from the analytical detection? So is it a signal, or is it the noise? Is it the detection, the peak we can identify or not? Something like that. So we have to reduce some information from the analytical signal. And also how to extract hidden information from raw data for the classification, something like that. And also how can we can identify metabolite from the mixture. This is very challenging for doing the identify metabolites from the crude extracts. So as we know, the essential oils is natural volatile fractions of aromatic compounds found in plants. Usually we do extraction with steam distillations, or called press extractions. And we can use like a flower, herb, seed, bark, right? And also buds to extract the essential oils. And then for the essential oils, there is some challenging research activity, like how can we discriminate something like this one, that by using the chemometrics, how can we discriminate the salvia species from South Africa based on their essential oil compositions. And also by metabolomics, how can we correlate the for the finding potential metabolites correlated with the sensory attributes of Melaleuca kaju putih, minyak kayu putih, as a promising flavor ingredients. And also we can like do some to provide the phytochemicals present in our samples, like for seasonal variations from the essential oils. This is of 3 callistemum species cultivated in Egypt. Like we can do like for patchouli, or for ginger, or for cloves, yeah, maybe for checking the seasonal variations, for the compositions, or for the quantification of some metabolite present in their essential oils. So this is some application of metabolomic in essential oil research. Like we do some checking for our Java turmeric essential oils. This is like GCMS chromatogram of Java turmeric with the 7, 8, and 9-month-old, that we can clearly show here that the xanthorrhizal is the maximum component present in the Java turmeric essential oils. And also 7, 8, 9-month-old will give a different level of concentrations of the essential oils. So we check here, there is some component that present in 7 but not present in the 9 or 11. So by using the fingerprinting with the GCMS chromatogram, we can know that in the 7, 8, 9-month-old of Java turmeric give different compositions and also different level of some of chemicals present in the Java turmeric essential oils. And also like this one with the coriander seeds essential oils, usually for seasonings, and now used for the herbal medicines, because there is some biological activity coming out from the Coriandrum sativum essential oils. Now, but in Indonesia is not, I think, not have the Coriandrum plants. So usually we import it from the other countries, but sometimes we have like a dirty or dual coriander seed. So mostly of the importer will do some like bleaching of the coriander seeds. So is it okay or not? So because the bleaching is using the hydrogen peroxides. So is there any different composition after we edit some hydrogen peroxides? We can do like metabolomic analysis. This is some design experiments of the treatment. So this is like with the concentration, different concentrations of adding hydrogen peroxides, and also for the drying methods. After that, we can see here that there is some different chemical compositions after we give different treatments of the coriander seeds to check the consistency of the chemical compositions or the chemical concentrations. So this is we didn't like give the hydrogen peroxides. This is with the hydrogen peroxide. We did different drying, so the chemical composition is very different, as we can see here also. The concentrations of linalool as the major components present in the coriander, it will give a different percentage of peak area, yeah, from the whole chromatogram of the GCMS measurement of coriander seed after we treat with the hydrogen peroxide and different drying methods. So metabolomics can also checking the differences by using the multivariate analysis like this one. So we can know that the treatment gives some fluctuations or some like a degradation or some decompositions of the chemical components because we give the coriander seed with high oxidizing like hydrogen peroxide. So this is some other example how the author can do by the GCMS fingerprinting and the chemometrics to separate the three species of salvia in South Africa, as I mentioned before. So in this typical chromatogram of the GCMS of the S. africana lutea, Salvia lanceota, and Salvia camellianea, we can see here the differences in the chemical composition and also for the concentrations. So how can we make sure for the differentiations? So this is some example, the clustering between the S. africana lutea A and B, A with the principal component analysis, B with the hierarchical cluster analysis. So the GCMS, the variable from the peak area of GCMS or the percentage can be used for the clustering of the three species. This is from the different location of growth. As we can see here, all of the species maybe can be differentiated between the location of growth, and also by checking the orthogonal partial least square discriminant analysis, we can get the components that affected for the classifications. Like this one is affected for the classifications of the other sample. So in this area is height for the beta udesmol or alpha udesmol. In this group, height for the cadinane and also humulan. So by using the S-plot from the orthogonal partial least square, we can identify the marker components for the classification of growth. And also, we can also, by using the GCMS peak variables, we can differentiate the three species because the three species give different chemical composition and also concentration. So by using PCA and also HCA, we can get a three distinct cluster from Salvia africana lutea, Salvia lanceolata, and Salvia camellianea. So by using the like this is like for the fingerprinting by using the GCMS, we can differentiate the three species. It can be used for the authentications of the raw material of essential oils. So as summary, we can know that metabolomics is a multidisciplinary science with comprehensive analysis. We can do any approach for the metabolomics. And also metabolomics could be used in the essential oils research for identification, discriminations, authentication of essential oil raw material, and also for harvest and post-harvest treatment. And I would like to thank to our collaborator like Bu Eti, Prof. Usman, and the student that do the coriander seeds metabolomics analysis, Rizka Beldani. And also we have some other collaborators with the Universitas Syiah Kuala. Now I have with the Bu Esi with the coffee metabolomics, especially for the Gayo coffee, for the checking the profiling of the different variety of Gayo coffee. So thank you very much, and please give to Ibu Esi.
Thank you, Pak Raffi. Presentation. We are going to question and answer. Is there anyone who want to ask something for Dr. Raffi? It is a very interesting topic, yeah, for this moment. Is there anyone who want to ask questions? You can raise your hand. Yes, Dr. Khairan.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. AC, and thank you to Dr. Muhammad Raffi. Very nice presentations about the metabolomic. So I have one question, but out of the topic maybe. With this approach or with this metabolomic profiling, can we know, for example, which risk we were from? For example, I want to know my forefather 1,000 years ago, they come from which origin, from West country, from Arabian country, or from Africa country? Thank you.
Yeah, this is like tracing, traceability.
Yes, yes, yes.
But you have to combine with the genome analysis, not only metabolomics, because for the tracing of the origin of our ancestor, usually DNA or RNA is more comprehensive analysis compared to the metabolomics. Metabolomics is only can be used for the functions and phenotype of the molecule presence in the samples. Because after that they will degrade or they will decompose, and then so on. Not like the DNA or the I think DNA is more valuable tools for the traceability of our ancestor.
Yes, Dr. Khairan.
Sorry, I cannot hear.
Still mute. Dr. Khairan, please unmute.
Okay, maybe for example, we can take our blood, some blood, and then identify it, and we're looking for that.
Yeah, but I think it's very not so easy, because maybe traceability better with the isotope analysis. And isotope analysis is very not so cheap, I think.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, Dr.
You're
Raffi.
welcome.
Okay, is there anyone who want to ask question for Dr. Raffi, please? Dr. Raffi, what kind of plant species? I mean, what part of the plant can we use to analyze the metabolomic research?
For metabolomic study, you can use every plant parts to make mapping. Is there any differences in the leaves or stem or the roots of the plants? So we can check it. So if the compositions of and the level concentrations is very high in the leaves, so we can only take leaves for the raw material, not all of them, because maybe you extract more chemicals from the like stem or roots that not so comparable for the leaves.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you for the, and I believe that there are a lot of questions still in my mind and also for some people, but we are, and now one closing remark from Dr. Rafi, please.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Essie. I think it's very challenging to do some like metabolomics study, because we have to like make it sure for the repetitions, because it will be related to the budget. So I think with the metabolomic study give more comprehensive, but we have to like more budget for our research. So only like that, Dr. Essie. So
Thank you,
semangat.
Dr. Rafi. Thank you very much for your
Thank
participation
you.
today. Yeah. Now we are going to move to Dr. Khairan. So the second speaker today is Dr. Rernat Khairan. Dr. Rernat Khairan. Dr. Rernat Khairan was born in Biren to 22 June 1975, and also affiliation Atsiri Research Center, and also from Pharmacy Department of Syiah Kuala University. Dr. Rernat Khairan graduated from Syiah Kuala University in 1999 and got the master degree in Gajah Mada from Gajah Mada University in 2004, and got doctoral degree from this Universitas des Sarlandes in 2013. And now Dr. Khairan will talk um, Dr. Khairan will give us a speech about green synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle using allium sativum, its effect on the growth of Pogosemon kaolin band, and the chemical characterization of the Patchouli oil after being harvested. I think this is a very interesting topic for the second session. The second invited speaker. Dr. Khairan, you have 25 minutes for giving a speech, and then after that, we are going to question and answer for 10 minutes. Now the time is yours, please.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Essie. So now, just a moment. Everybody can see my presentation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, all the presenter. Firstly, I would like to thank to our rector, Professor Dr. Samsul Rizal, and our head of LPPM, Professor Dr. Taufik Abidin, and thanks to Bapak Dr. Saifullah as a chief of the Atsiri Research Center, and thanks to Dr. Irfan as a chief of this international event, and also thanks to the organization committee of this international conference. And especially for all the audience who present today. secondary of the organization, the international meeting for essential oil. So as Dr. AC report, firstly, this is about me. Yes, I studied in chemistry department, Kuala University in 1999, and I take a master degree in Gajah Mada University in the Faculty of Pharmacy in the group of Professor Dr. Umar Anggara Jeni in the past. And then I continued that to my doctoral degree at Zalan University in the group of Professor Dr. Klaus Jacob, and at the University of Applied Science in Kaiserslautern, campus Zweibrücken, with the group of Professor Park Hebeseker. So the area of my research in development of natural and synthetic product of organic compound, including selenium, sulfur, and tellurium, and their biological medical application. So you can also see my all publication at my website, fsdunsia.ic.id KKH. Thank you. So I would like to presentation about the effect of sulfur nanoparticle on the growth of bicarbonate and its impact on enrichment of patchouli alcohol in patchouli oil. As we know, patchouli alcohol is the main component in the Agostemon carbon band, or in Indonesia we know as Nilam. Yeah. Okay, as we know, sulfur is an element lies in the oxygen group. It consists of oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, palladium, and the new group is livermortium. So based on the periodic table, so the sulfur element is include in non-metal element. Yeah? So we can see here the sulfur structure. And then why sulfur? Why sulfur? Why I not do on the other element? In the normally the nanotechnology or nanoparticle, the researcher did silver nanoparticle, gold nanoparticle, or iron nanoparticle. But my focus research from my PhD is on elemental of sulfur. Why sulfur? There are a lot of reasons. One of them, most of them is sulfur is non-metal element. It means safer than silver, safer than gold, and safer than iron. And the best action of the sulfur in the cell is sulfur element has ability to form organosulfur compound in the cell. That's why me focusing this element, especially sulfur element. We also did on selenium and tellurium element nanoparticle, but based on that element, sulfur element is very strong activity in all of the organism that we tested before. So too many reason for nanoparticle of sulfur nanoparticle. Sulfur nanoparticle is also called chalcogen element. Yeah, chalcogen element is including in oxygen, sulfur, and selenium, fulfill a wide range of essential biological function. All three elements, selenium, sulfur, and also tellurium, are constituent of a functional group and biomolecule that participate in redox reaction in in vivo and also in vitro. And then element sulfur has numerous applications in construction, in industry, and also pharmaceutical, but now going to the agriculture field. Beside that, sulfur also used as component of fertilizers, as mixed with the calcium sulfate, which is the most common fertilizer in agriculture, used to improve nutrition quality of the nitrogen and also phosphorus. The nanoscale of sulfur or sulfur nanoparticle has significant application in many areas of the modern technology. So if we can see here in the scheme of this picture, this is the interaction of sulfur nanoparticle with the biomolecule. This article have been published in the Journal of Biomedical Nanotechnology 2011. We can see here sulfur is octahedral in form of crown sulfur, also said of polysulfane. The sulfur can interact with the biomolecule, for example, protein, enzyme, and also other biomolecule to form to modification with the biomolecule. And then the sulfur also can interact with the glutathione, and this is very important to slow redox control of the sulfur particle, and also important to interaction with the metalloprotein, and also can inhibition of the enzyme for signaling cell. And this is the multi-phase reactivity of polysulfane and their interaction with biomolecular. Can we see here the sulfur also can metal binding, and strong electrophile alkylation of DNA cause cell death. So that's why sulfur nanoparticle or compound, organosulfur compound, also used to for cancer therapeutics and tumor and other disease in the medicinal technology. And then, sorry. Okay, so the sulfur and the synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle, there are, if we looking in the internet and we looking for some method of the synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle, and also including green synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. The precursor of for the synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle is several, mainly is natrium and sodium natrium thiosulfate, natrium thiosulfate with a lot of media, for example, chitosan, water, plant extract, and CTAV, SDBS, and also Triniton X. Here we focus on the plant extract. So why we going to doing green synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle? Green synthesis sulfur nanoparticle is a method by using plant extract for biosynthesis of nanoparticle. This green synthesis not also for sulfur, but also for other elements that, like I mentioned before, for gold, silver, and also for iron. But here we focus on the sulfur nanoparticle. And why green synthesis? There are three main reasons of we doing green synthesis. Firstly, easy and simplest, very cheap reaction, and very easy, not consume a lot of solvent, and requires less reaction time, and also eco-friendly. Here some publication that the researcher using some plant for the synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. We can really say mango also can be used for the synthesis of green synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle, and Punica granatum or jambu biji. But in my group, we are focusing on we using allium sativum or garlic for the synthesis of green synthesis of a nanoparticle. So why plant? Because plant can use as bioreactor for synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. Here the schematic of synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. Garlic, because we use garlic for reducing agent, and garlics also can use for the precursor or not for a bioreactor for synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. This is some of the metabolite in garlic: allicin, ahuan, and then allyl sulfonic acid, allicin, and also phenyl DTN, the alkyl tetrasulfide, and the allyl disulfide. This is the metabolite containing in the garlic or allium sativum. It play role in the manipulation of biosynthesis of green synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. The mechanism of green synthesis sulfur nanoparticle, there are 3 steps. Yeah, a mechanism using plant as bioreactor in synthesis of nanoparticle. First step is activation phase. This is a reduction and manipulation process, like we show in this picture. And then the second phase is growth phase. It is start forming process a nanoparticle. The nanoparticle depend on the plant as bioreactor, depend on the precursor that we use for synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle. As we know, some sulfur nanoparticle in form of nanotube, nanoprism, and nanohexahedral. And this second phase is going stable, or also ripening, and also the third phase, or the last phase is termination, to produce the particle more stable. And then there is the green synthesis of sulfur nanoparticle using with the garlic. You can see here the difference between synthesis sulfur nanoparticle with and in the presence and the absence of the garlic. In the presence of the garlic, we can see the structure or the morphological of the sulfur is more fine compared with the synthesis without in the absence of the garlic. Again, we can prove this with the scanning electron microscopy. We can see here GSNPS, it means green synthesis sulfur nanoparticle can produce the particle more clearly, more stable, and more homogenized compared with the sulfur nanoparticle without using garlic or plant extract. And then we then characterize the sulfur nanoparticle from the green synthesis with the FDIR spectroscopy analysis. We can find that the sulfur absorbed at 400 until 600 centimeter wavelength around here. And then we also characterization with the XRD. And also we it's not really different using plant extract, and but some analysis show different. For example, that some same scanning electron microscopy. This is the characterization, some several morphology of sulfur nanoparticle. Go et al. 2006 mentioned that the morphology of the sulfur depend on the method that we use, depend on the precursor that we use, and depend on the media that we use in synthesis. You can see here many of a different form of sulfur nanoparticle. It's depend on that we use the metal precursor and so on. And the other characterization of the sulfur nanoparticle, we also going to zeta potential value, because zeta potential value is very important to know the stability of the nanoparticle in the colloidal system. So we can see here with the different plant extract, we got different zeta potential value. For example, my research using garlic, we got the zeta potential minus 16.4, and also with different catalysts, for example, chloric acid, sulfuric acid, we also have the different zeta potential. So it's mean the potential is depend on the method and the media that we use in the synthesis. Okay, and then our previous research, we going to see the activity of sulfur nanoparticle on the Collectridium capsicum, itu from fungi from chili plant. So we can see here the sulfur nanoparticles show a good activity against Collectridium capsicum. And also we with the other bacteria and fungi, we can see here before and after incubated, or after how to say, again with the sulfur nanoparticle. We can see here, for example, as aureus control without infected with the sulfur nanoparticle, and after we apply application the nanoparticle, the morphology of the S aureus are different. So that's why sulfur nanoparticle is very important as antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antifungal. And also we did on the nematode. This nematode is Stenema feltiae. In the European country, this nematode are normally used for the plantation, because this nematode can intake the larva of the pesticide and then can eat the larva died. This is the positive Stenema feltiae. And then we try to see the activity of the sulfur nanoparticle, the nematode, because nematode also influence the plant growth of some plant. So we can here in 100 microgram per milliliter show strong activity against the Stenema feltiae. And then we did also on the other cell for the neuro 2A cell line. This is neuroblastoma cell from the mice, and also show a good activity against this cell line at a concentration of 100 microgram per milliliter. Oh no, from 10, it's start from 1 microgram per milliliter. I'm so sorry. Start showing activity, but at concentration of 100, totally dead of the cell viability. And also this try to another cell line, MCF7 for breast cancer, and HCT 116 and HD2, and also show a good activity to the cell. And then we try to this is not published yet, but we have already submitted to the international Scopus journal. So we can see here the effect of nanoparticle on the chili plant. Here the feature of A showed it with the nanoparticle application at 400 ppm, and we can compare with the control. Number D and C, we're using IEA for growth hormone for chili plant. And then the research also has an effect to the cucurbita paper. Yes, this is the control, and when they apply sulfur nanoparticle and show significant activity Yeah, and from on the roots have hairy roots, a lot of hairy root in the cucurbito people, and also have shoot longer than in the absence of the sulfur nanoparticle. How about an Augustamon coupling band? So we see we focusing now on the effect of sulfur nanoparticle on Augustamon coupling band, and this is the schematic of our research. This research has already submitted to Scopus International Journal. So we are going with we are doing method with the plant using aqueous garlic as plant extract, and then we characterization and we application by foliar spray application to the Augustamon cablingen. And then after harvesting, we also evaluated the quality of the patchouli oil, and then we determination, especially we're looking for the patchouli alcohol. Why? Because patchouli alcohol is the main compound of in the essential oil of patchouli oil, and also this compound is function as a fixative. Yeah, so to make a perfume long lasting. Yeah, so long lasting perfume, if we use in the perfume, we can have long lasting aroma still there. Okay, we see only several vegetative parameters on the diameter of stem. Actually, we observe every month, but a lot of data, if we present it here, we just collect from day 30 until at the end of the after 4 months, day 120, and we can see here the difference with the diameter of stem after application of the sulfur nanoparticle, and also the number of branch also affected after application of sulfur nanoparticle, and also number of leaf of weed, and then plant height, and also we going after harvested like wet root weight, dry root weight, and herbs weight, and root length. And we also identify, and we found that the sulfur nanoparticle significantly influence all the parameter that we tested. And this is the condition of the plant of Augustamon cablingen after 4 months. So we can see here A is control and B is treated with the IEA, and then C and D, you can see the number of the number of branch is higher, much more than control, negative control and positive control. And then why sulfur is very important in plant, and then how the sulfur work in plant. So actually the sulfur in plant, it's important because the absorbed sulfur from the root to the seed of the plant is a long distance transfer in sulfur metabolism. This is in this we know sulfur transporter that have from 2 to 17 sulfur transporter that taken by root, and then root to shoot transfer. It's facilitated by a sulfur transporter. So in the sand, in the soil, sulfur transporter is very important to form of the cysteine in plant. Cysteine is the one of the protein contain the sulfur element inside. For example, cysteine, methionine, and cysteine and methionine. And cysteine is very important in the plant because they using in the plant for growing, yeah, for demand of for growth. Yeah, they meant for growth of the plant. That's why we think sulfur is very important in the plant. So the nanoparticle of sulfur is because it's very tiny particle, and then they can easily absorb in the root and then transported to the shoot. So that's why we try to make sulfur more in nanoparticle form. So this is four-step cysteine in biosynthesis in plant. Uptake sulfate from the soil through the root, and then activation of sulfate to sulfide and distribution to the all of the plant of part of the plant, and then insertion sulfide in cysteine form, and then demand for demand for the growth of the plant. Here also we also identify the soil physical and chemical analysis of the soil after application of sulfur nanoparticle. Here can we see the sulfur nanoparticle significantly in influence on the sulfur content. You can see here with the control 6.0.028. and with the IAA 0.025, and with the if we application of the sulfur nanoparticle, we got the sulfur content higher in the soil. So that's why this is very important for the plant to grow. After harvesting, we also determine of the yield percentage yield of the oil, the patchouli oil, after harvested. And we can see here with the sulfur nanoparticle show significant percentage of yield until 2.9%. Normally in Aceh patchouli oil or Pakistan carbon oil between 2 and 2.5% of yield of the patchouli oil, but with a little bit effort with using of the sulfur nanoparticle, we going much higher, and almost 3% of the percentage of yield of the essential oil. And then we characterize the FDIR analysis, and also it's not it means this result show us that application of sulfur nanoparticle not influence the chemical component, chemical composition, and we improve that with the GCMS analysis, and we can see here the chemical composition is still there. It's not influenced, but fortunately for percentage of patchouli alcohol contained in the patchouli oil high increase. We can see with the application of sulfur nanoparticle, we can increase the percentage of patchouli alcohol until 35%. So it's normally patchouli alcohol contained in the Aceh minyak nilam Aceh or patchouli oil between 30 and 32. But with the sulfur nanoparticle, we can increase a little bit more higher than normal. So we can hear the chemical component composition of the patchouli alcohol, and also we found that some of the main component like guaian and also transcariopilen also have a little bit higher. And our conclusion is that the effect of sulfur nanoparticle applied is using foliar spray application reveal that sulfur nanoparticle improve patchouli plant yield in all growth parameters, including plant height, diameter, number of leaf, number of branches, with root weight, dry root weight, herb weight, and root length. And based on the GCMS analysis, revealed that the percentage of patchouli alcohol content of Patchouli oil is from applications of nanoparticle. Highest yield with the percentage of being between 35 and 35%. So we would like to thank to Universitas Syiah Kuala, Atsiri Research Center, Pusat Riset Obat Herbal, Universitas Syiah Kuala, and also Koperasi and Pakar. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I cannot see clearly, Dr. Hesti. Dr. Hesti.
Okay, Dr. Khairan, can you listen to me clearly now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Now we are going to question and answer session. Is there anyone who want to ask question to Dr. Khairan, please?
Okay.
Halo Pak Khairan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rifan.
Yeah, please,
Okay. Okay, Rifan.
Yeah, it's a really interesting presentation, Pak Khairan. So I just wondering that what kind of species that you use in your experiments, and then how many plots and replicants in your experimental design? Because I saw the pictures like only you take a picture like around 1 or 2 plot in each treatment. Thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Rifan. Actually, we have around 96 polybag. So for each treatment, we have 9 replication. So we got control. Sorry, 6 control, 6 growth hormone, and then 18 for, because we applied for different concentration of sulfur nanoparticle, 150, 300, and 600 ppm. So we have 2 kind of the sulfur nanoparticle with and without plant extract. So 18, so totally around 96 polybag plant. So I think it's very is representative for that. I show on the presentation just one take it picture. So but actually we have 96 polybag application for all of from control and the treatment of the sulfur nanoparticle.
How about the variety of the species variety?
Oh, Luxmame. Yes, we use because they, like Rifan presented yesterday. So this variety is very good because survive is very to say good variety. Yeah, good variety compared with CD Kalang and tapak tua. So tahan terhadap hama penyakit dan very good variety. This variety also have content of patchouli, yield of percentage of patchouli much higher than 2 others. Okay, Mr. Rifan. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next question is coming from Berliana.
Okay, Berliana.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, I have 2 questions, Mr. Syiah. First, when I produce Nilam in Pakat, Humbang Hasundutan, yeah, we have 3 results in 3 steps. The first 3 hours, it is light color. And then the second 5 hours, it is brown, dark brown. And then at the remaining, the last is something like jelly. Do you have this jelly in Tapak Tuan or Sidikalang? That's the one question. And the second,
I'm so sorry, Ibu Berliana.
Yeah.
Because I'm not clear yet. Your first question, like 5 hours brown. This is a plant of the patchouli plant.
Yeah.
Patchouli plant or
Patchouli plant.
in
Patchouli oil.
in nurturing or in the tissue culture.
In pakat.
What?
In pakat area.
Oh, packet area. How all these 5 hours? So maybe can you ask in bahasa Indonesia? It's no problem. It's okay, Ibu Esti in bahasa Indonesia.
Dr.
Okay.
Can you repeat what your question is?
Okay. Okay, we can going to the second question from Ibu Berliana. Please, Ibu Berliana.
Yeah, the second question is this is about patchouli alcohol. You said that patchouli alcohol in Aceh from 30 to 33, yeah?
Yes, 32 around.
Yeah, okay. But in my area, we got 60.
60, okay. Very interesting.
So, yeah, we want that if there is research about the another varieties for this plant in our area, because mostly in 2 varieties, yeah, Tapak Tuan and Sidikalang, we know. But I think we need to research about our area, Pakat, because it's very high patchouli alcohol there. Maybe there is another variety of Nilam.
Okay.
Thank you.
So do you mean Pakat is the other variety of Nilam?
Maybe Pakat, because it's very high patchouli alcohol.
Oh, okay. Because as we know, we have Patchoulina 1, Patchoulina 2, Patchoulina 1, Patchoulina 2, but also have a lowest in the patchouli alcohol content. But interesting in Pakat variety, you got until 60. It's very interesting because normally to have 60% of the patchouli alcohol, we have the improved technology there for fractionation, molecular fractionation. But it's very interesting. Maybe we can discuss further with Atsiri Research Center also about this potential this Pakat variety. Okay. Yes, in Aceh normally we got around 32, but sometimes they have 34% with the how to say some effort from the farmer, but normally the farmer in Aceh, they plant the patchouli and then they live there. So the environment keep it, for example, watering and then something like that. But now after we Atsiri Research Center going approach to the farmer, and then we change the mindset of the farmer to keep a good technique in the how to plantation, nurturing, and then how to harvest it and how to distillate it the oil. So this is our effort in Atsiri Research Center to help the farmer in the cultivation of the patchouli oil. Patchouli plant. But Ibu Berliana, we interested about the pakat variety because we have never heard before this variety. We only know three varieties: Sidikalang, Tapak Tuan, and Loksmawe. And three of them, Loksmawe is very good variety compare Tapak Tuan and Sidikalang. But it is maybe we can doing some research collaboration with the where are you come from, Ibu Berliana? KOP?
Koperasi Kemilau Emas Pinapan. Domisili in Pakat.
In Pakat. Okay. Because I am a chairman of the Koperasi Inopak of Syiah Kuala. We focus on the essential oil, especially on Nilam. So maybe we can contact and then we can make collaboration with the Atsiri Research Center and Koperasi Inopak. Thank you, Ibu Berliana.
Thank you very much. I want to to repeat my first question.
Yes.
There is three results: brown light, brown dark, and then something like jelly.
Brown light, brown dark. It is. You mean the patchouli oil?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to know about the jelly.
The jelly.
At the last, there is like jelly.
Maybe in my opinion, it could be a lot of water inside. Maybe, or the content of the fatty acid. Have you checked the percentage or the percentage of the fatty acid inside in the oil? Because I think if jelly like saponification reaction there happen, so the saponification reaction happen if the fatty acid content in the oil too high. For example, more than 8%, because the SNE standardisasi nasional Indonesia for the patchouli oil must be below 8% of the fatty acid. Because
this is below 8.
Below 8.
Yeah,
okay.
Below 8.
Good, I think. Maybe have you checked? I think, or maybe contamination of microorganism, maybe. Because like you said, brown, light brown and dark brown, this is also happen in our patchouli oil. Also have the same dark brown. It could be the high content of the iron inside, or maybe the depend on the variety, depend on the length of the area. But for the brown and light, it's no problem, because it's even we have almost black, but we can also can sell to our partner.
Dr.
So
I'm sorry.
Yes.
We have another one question.
Okay, because I'm waiting.
Ibu Berliana later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
it's
thank
very
you.
Interesting, Mrs. Berliana, what you have in Pakat, so maybe like Dr. Khairan said, we can collaborate later. We can discuss more about that later. And one more question from Ika, please.
Ika. I cannot hear.
You can continue question and answer in the chat box, please. Oh, okay.
Okay, I will answer in
Iran,
chat.
I will read
answer in
the
chat.
question from Ika. To Pak Khairan, how is the mechanism of S nanoparticle in helping the plant to grow better? You mentioned that sulfur nanoparticle was absorbed in root part of the plant. Why do they easily absorb in the root, not the leaves or other part of the plant? Since you apply it in the foliar, maybe. This is also my question. But,
Okay. Firstly, I would like to answer of the question from Ika. So how the mechanism of sulfur? Okay, the sulfur nanoparticle mechanism is like usually uptaking sulfur of plant from the soil. So the root is very important here because the root is to absorb of micro and micronutrient from the soil. So the sulfur nanoparticle, because the size is sulfur is too tiny in nanoparticle, it easy of the root to absorb the sulfur, and then the sulfur they uptake the sulfur from the soil because and then after that the sulfur can through through mechanism sulfur transporter long distance, like I said before, from sulfur transporter 1 to 17, and then after that they change to cysteine, and after format in cysteine form, and then they easy to use of the plant for the root. I think this is like maybe you know the sulfur cycles in the soil. So the sulfur nanoparticle, I think a little bit more what to say significance absorb of from the root to the plant. So
yes. Thank you, Dr. Khairan, for the answer.
okay. Okay, you're welcome, Dr. Resi.
If you want to continue the question for Dr. Khairan, you can chat Dr. Khairan using the chat box. It is available. Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I ask for the closing remark from Dr. Khairan, please, because we have to move to another.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Resi. So we would like to apply application of sulfur nanoparticle on the group of the plant, especially for the patchouli plant. We for the future, we would like to formulate this what to say this sulfur nanoparticle, and then easy to use for the plantation of a plant, many plant. So I think that I think sulfur nanoparticle now going to more application, not only in the medicine but also in the agriculture science. So that's why because before we focus on the pharmaceutical science, but very low in the agriculture science. So now we going to a little bit broad of the effectivity of the sulfur nanoparticle in agriculture science. I think that's all. As Dr. AC, I beg to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khairan, for a very interesting talk. Yeah. Now we have to move to another invited speaker, Professor Isat Telsi from Applied Science, Isparta Applied Science University. Professor Isat Telsi, are you with us now?
Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Essi.
Dr. Omer, you are presenting the
Yes.
Dr.
As you know, in Turkey, still in the
Still
early morning
early,
now. Yes.
early
And
in the morning. Is it, what time is it now in Turkey?
Dr. Isa was trying to connect to presentation, but I think he has a problem a little bit. Maybe in a few minutes he will connect.
Yes, no problem. I will read his curriculum paper. Professor Isa tells graduated from Hurriyet University in 1992.
Oh,
And then got
sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly.
Oh, you cannot hear me clearly?
Now it's okay.
Okay. And Professor Isa Telsi got the master degree from Gazioman Pansa University, Turkey in 1995, and then got the PhD from the same university, from Gazioman Pansa University, Turkey. And Professor Isa Telsi research interest is from in the medicinal and aromatic plant. Today,
Yes.
Professor Isa Telsi will talk about essential oil production, trade, and use in Turkey. We are very interesting. Yeah, I think it's very interesting topic because we know that Sparta is a city of roses. We want to hear from you how you produce the essential oil production, trade, and use in Turkey. Please.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you again.
You couldn't hear me.
Yes, now it's okay.
Yes, sorry. I have a connection problem.
Professor
I'm
Isa,
very sorry.
now you're with
Yes.
us. Yes.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Now your turn to give us a talk about essential oil production, trade, and use in Turkey. The time is yours, Professor, now.
Yes, thank you very much. My presentation is Ömer Hocam devam ediyor muyum?
Evet hocam ben şimdi
You have 20 minutes for presentation and 10 minutes for question and answer, Professor. Please.
Sure. Yes, thank you very much, Ömer. Dear participation, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all in the early morning hours of the morning in Turkey. In presentation, I will share information about essential oil, trade and use in Turkey. The presentation will be in two parts. First part of about giving general information about essential oil production in Turkey. Please, second. In second part, Dr. Ömer will give information about rose, which is the most important plant product crop in Sparta and Turkey. Turkey is located between Asia and Europe. All know is that most of its land are in Anatolian Peninsula, and a small part of it is in the Thrace region. In short, Turkey is a bridge between Asia and Europe. Surrounded by the sea in three sides. Please geçelim Ömer istersen. Yes, Turkey map divided three parts because three sea, Mediterranean in south, Asian in west, and Black Sea. Because of that climate of Turkey is affected by temperature climate in coastal area. Sorry. Because of that surrounded temperature climate prevails on the coast due to influence of seas. High altitude amount range parallel to sea shores. The sea prevents influence of the temperature climate in the interior. For this reason, the interior parts are under the influence of the continental climate. The rugged nature of the Anatolia causes microclimatic variation in short distance. For this reason, Anatolian has affect agriculture production. Besides this, it is natural plant diversity in its flora. So Turkey is one of the major agriculture country, and agriculture economy of Turkey is among the top 10 in the world. Nearly 2/3 of the Turkey farms are less than 5 hectares. In this sense, that is a problem for Turkey agriculture production. So natural product has been increasing recently due to people's health concern. The world trade of the medicinal and aromatic plants is approximately $400 million per year. The value of the Turkey's in trade in nearly $1 million, and government has been supporting medicinal and aromatic plants grower and related industry in this recent year. So the major plants in Turkey, cumin, aniseed, oregano, rose, fennel, lavandula, lemon balm, and other. Many of the essential oil plants cultivated in the Turkey also use spice and essential oil crop. Sonra geçelim. And this table contains major essential oil crops, plants, imported and exported plant, oregano, spearmint, lavandula, and rose. Major plants exported essential oil in Turkey, but peppermint oil and citrus oil exported by Turkey. Researchers on peppermint, especially as peppermint oil, continue because of that the exported amount in Turkey, sorry, let's go. In this graphic figure, major product in Turkey show exported and imported. Orange and mint oil is exported to Turkey, but rosa oil, rosa oil export by Turkey, and rosa we are living Sparta, major agriculture crop in Turkey. So on rosa, Dr. Omar studies subject, and after that he is continue giving information about rosa. Please, Omar, sorry, thank you very much every day. Everybody, sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Isa. I would like to share some information about rose oil or oil rose. Sparta rose are called in two types, rose oil and oil rose. Rose oil has an important place within essential oils, owing to the fact that it is the only oil which contains very odor additives. It remains one of the indispensable raw material of perfume and cosmetic industry. Nowadays, with the increasing high life standards, the number of working women and young population lead to development of cosmetic industry in the world and Turkey. Due to this, increasing domestic and overseas demand is the basic factor in the fast development of this sector, and accordingly production of rose oil. In the world, many types of rose are available, but very few of them can be evaluated in perfume and cosmetic industry. Main odor rose types that have been cultivated commercially for oil rose. These are Rosa dominicana, Rosa gallica, Rosa alba, Rosa sanctifolia, Rosa moscata, Rosa rugosa, and some others. Out of these, the type which contains the most amount of rose oil and the most odorous one due to high quality odor components in it is Rosa damascana, which is also known with names such as Isparta rose, Kazanlık rose, Damascus rose, pink oil rose, or only with oil rose. The oil rose, Rosa damascana, which is the most well-known and recognized type of rose, is a plant which is perennial, is grown between 1 to 3 meter length, is thorny, and which has high endurance against winter weather conditions. While its flowers that are blossomed once a year, only in the beginning of summer, are in pink color, they are extremely dense, fresh, and they have a strong odor. Oil rose is a typical mild climate plant. It has well attuned to the regions in which any drought and frost conditions. But deep falls in the early hours of the morning, and in which spring late frost is not observed in the blossoming season, which corresponds to May and June months with plenty of light and sufficient rain. The blooming is observed in May, June, and is continuous for about 1 or 2 months. The harvest starts as soon as the flowers are blossomed and continues until the roses are collected completely. The oil product can be affected by dominant weather conditions. For instance, drought and high temperatures observed during blooming period can cause the harvest to be limited with only 2 weeks, and can cause the produced essential oil to be evaporated and lost. On the other hand, mild and humid air conditions extend the harvest period and increase the amount of oil production. The rose oil is the most expensive essential oil of cosmetics and perfume industry, as it provides the odor to remain on the skin as well as its role of odor. Today, 1 liter of it is around $6,000. In average, 1 liter rose oil has been extracted out of 3 to 4,000 kilogram rose blossom. Annual requirement of the world cosmetics and perfume industry for rose oil is 3 tons. Accordingly, approximately 12,000 tons of rose blossom is required. Rose oil production in Turkey. It has been accepted that Anatolian and Thracian lands are among the places in which both oil rose and rose oil has been known and used since ancient times in the world. For instance, Hippocrates tells about that in Anatolia, oil rose has been prepared by steeping the fresh rose leaves in olive oil and macerating them. Many historical documents confirm this statement. There are some documents available which show that first oil rose production started in Thracian region of Turkey. These roses were brought by the soldiers who returned back from Macedonia. Evliya Çelebi tells in his Seyahatname travel book that rose and rose gardens of Edirne decorate the whole world. Katip Çelebi also tells in his Cihannima that there are white rose gardens around Edirne. Under the light of this information, it has been accepted that in Ottoman period, first rose oil production has started in Edirne in the middle of 18th century, and rose cultivation and oil extraction methods has passed to Bulgaria with the immigrants from Edirne. Later on, mainly in Istanbul, in states such as Bursa, Burdur, and Sparta, the period of second rose garden establishment and rose oil extraction has started. In real terms, factory type rose oil production has been transited with Gülbirlik, rose oil and oilseed agricultural sales cooperatives association, which was established in 1954. Since 1992, oil rose has been cultivated organically. Organic oil rose has been farming by 4 companies, done comparative in Sparta by Gülbirlik. A majority, yes, currently land about 20,000 acres in total is used for growing oil rose. In Sparta, yes, the majority of the oil rose production of Turkey is done in Sparta, Burdur, Afyon. And following these provinces, Denizli, and recently Şanlıurfa. This region reached to a position of being the most important oil rose production center in the world, not only Turkey, in the world. Around 80% of Turkey's total oil rose production areas located in Sparta and its neighbors. Sparta has become the most important oil rose cultivation and rose oil industry center. Although it has a deep-rooted history going back thousands of years. So these are the pictures from Sparta. Oil rose and rose oil production in Sparta, and yes, its surroundings have been carried out over 100 years. However, the development has occurred in a different way than the other region in Anatolia. It is stated that the person who brought the oil rose to Sparta and who produced rose oil for the first time, who is Müftüzade İsmail Efendi. Müftüzade İsmail Efendi has gone to the region called Kazanlık or Kızanlık region in Bulgaria as a soldier or an officer in around 1888, where he learned how to grow rose and extract rose oil. Then he brought one single rose cutting to Sparta, planted it in his house, which was in Hacı Ayvaz Mahallesi, and started rose cultivation in his 30 acres land in his garden. Although he has attempted immediately extracting rose oil several times, he couldn't succeed and has only been able to get rose water. In 1890, he has succeeded in extracting rose oil. After that success, oil rose cultivation and rose oil production have been started developing rapidly in Sparta, has gradually become the center of the rose and rose oil production. Rose is one of the agricultural products having important place in Sparta's economy. Nowadays, approximately 10,000 families, 8,000 families are partners of Kulbirlik, make their living from rose and rose oil production. As in some agricultural regions of Turkey, especially female workers take important parts in sourcing income by being charged in different production stages. Moreover, Sparta has a great importance not only because of oil rose cultivation and rose oil production, also in the meaning of rose being used just as a production itself directly in trade and featuring the relevant industry. And rose oil also called as liquid gold. Rose, which is integrated with Sparta, has a very important place also in the socio-cultural structure. Many place names, Gülköy, Gülevler, Gülkent, hospital, and etc. So many names with started or ended with Gül. Newborn children are called with the name starting or ending with rose. Rose in Turkish is Gül. For example, Gülay, Gülcemal, Nurgül, etc. Rose symbols appears at the emblems of university, governorship, municipality, football clubs, and the logos. Weddings are organized according to the rose harvest in the areas where rose cultivation is common. It has an important role in the local cousin and state's landscape also. Turkey is the biggest manufacturer of oil rose and exporter of traditional rose oil. Almost all of the rose oil produced in Turkey is exported. This is also reflected in the export values, and it is seen that nearly all the export income is obtained from rose oil. On the other hand, rose oil has a large share of Turkey's essential oil export values. Rose oil export in Turkey has traditional roots. It is known that rose oil export, which is lasting for many years, was done mostly to France and United States in the early years. Recently, rose oil is exported to nearly 20 countries. Among these,
2 more minutes, please.
Sorry?
Dr. Omer, you have only 2 more minutes.
Okay, I will finish. Okay. And USA, Germany, Switzerland, and some other countries, Turkey export the rose oil. And last one, I want to share the production. And as you see in the presentation, the all type of rose oil system, and these are the modern type of stems I want to explain. Rose oil is produced by water distillation of fresh Rosa damascana flowers. The flowers are harvested early in the morning when the volatile oil content is the highest. Flowers are paled for a while and loaded in 3,000 liters tanks for distillation. Steam jets are charged by 200 and 500 kilogram flowers, and 1,000 to 2,000 liters of warm water. Leaf steam may be injected to speed up distillation. The distillation is carried out 1 or 2 hours. The condenser temperature is kept 35 centigrade degree to avoid the solidification of the waxes. The oil that's sprayed from the straight collected in 200 liters flask are called crude oil, first oil, or direct oil. The overflow of flasks is collected in 500 liters tanks. These bottom water or first water are then pumped into 5,000 liters tanks. These are added in 3,000 liters stills for 1 to 2 hours around. Again, and second oil, cooked oil or indirect oil is obtained. The distillate after removal of oil is presented to market as rose water. The first and second oils are filtered and kept in glass flasks in the dark. All the first and second oils are mixed to yield to Turkish rose oil and packed in special around 2.5 kilogram tin steel containers. And these are the some production of Sparta rose, cosmetic production, delight production, skin care, mask, and there are so many things producing with the rose oil in Sparta. Without the Gülbirlik cooperative, there are several factories which is producing these products in their own factory. And thank you for your patience.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Omer, for the presentation. Very, very nice. Yeah. Maybe now we have to come to the question and answer session. And for the first time, we have from Nisa.
So sorry, I couldn't hear again.
Oh, okay. Now?
Yes.
Okay. For the first question is coming from Nisa.
Okay.
Nisa. Sabrina Khairun Nisa. How long is the yes? Oh. Sabrina Khairun Nisa will direct question for you, Dr. Omer.
Okay.
Yeah, please Nisa.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you for the opportunity, Professor Isa and Dr. Omer. I have a question. I'm Nisa. I create the perfume for using patchouli oil, and I'm curious. Have you ever combined rose oil with patchouli oil? And how do you think it is possible to do the research? Because I'm very keen to be a research student in Sparta University. Thank you for your answer.
Okay. I want to ask to Dr. Isa this question because he is expert of rose oil. İsa hocam.
Efendim.
Gül yağı ile patchouli yağının karışımı hiç yapıldı mı? Böyle bir şey kozmetik. Gül yağı ve patchouli yağının kozmetik kullanımı yani karışım olarak kullanımı hiç böyle bir şey oldu mu?
Patchouli not cultivated in Turkey. Patchouli Türkiye'de üretilmiyor. Ömer hocam. Ve iklim olarak evet iklim müsait ama üretilmiyor. Böyle bir karışım yapılmadı. Gül yağı çok değerli olduğundan dolayı daha çok fiyatsal bakımdan değerli ürünlerde kullanılıyor. Diyebilirsin bir cümle olarak. Sonra da patchouli Türkiye'de üretilmiyor.
Evet. Okay, patchouli is not cultivated in Turkey, so we have not so many patchouli plants, and also it doesn't mixed with patchouli and rose oil, because Dr. Issa said the rose oil is so expensive and so important, and it is exported to, abroad, and it is using for the mostly in the cosmetic industry. Okay.
Okay, Nisa. Yeah, Nisa.
Yes.
You get the answer right.
Yes, thank you, Miss. Thank you, Professor Issa and Dr. Omer.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Nisa, and thank you, Dr. Omer. Maybe we can talk about that later, yeah. We can collaborate oil rose oil product, rose oil and patchouli oil together, yeah. We can collaborate next in the future, maybe. And maybe one more question. Is there anyone to ask the question for Dr. Omer or Professor Issa, please? Is there? Dr. Omer, maybe I want to ask about in which month do the rose plantation production? I mean, how long from the seed until you harvest it?
From the seed to the collection period, you mean?
Collection period.
Hocam, gülün tohumdan toplama zamanına kadar ki süre ne kadar? Yani tohumun ektikten...
Şöyle, plantasyon kurulduktan ekonomik olarak ürün alınmaya kadar ki süre mi?
Evet,
Onu
evet.
bir sor, geri sor istersen. 3 yıl. Yani 3 ya da 4 yıl sonra full ekonomik olarak nedir? Üretime başlıyor tesisinden.
Dr. Essi, it's around 3 years from the seed, from the plantation to the fully collecting.
Üretim materyali olarak tohum değil de köklendirilmiş çelik kullanılıyor. Not seed use plantation, seedling are used for establishment of plantation. Not seed not use. Rooted plant use in establishment production area.
Okay.
Anlaşıldığını bilmiyorum.
It's not seed, it's you mean sapling. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Omer, there is one more question from Bayu, please. Bayu, you can direct question to Dr. Omer or Professor Issa, please.
Okay, thank you very much to ma'am. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam.
Kaifa halukum?
Alhamdulillah. Wa kaifa anta?
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ana Ahmad Bayu Aryawan, feel the postgraduate of Animal Science Master Program in Halu Oleh University in Southeast Sulawesi in Indonesia, in East Indonesia maybe. First to join this conference. I would ask my question to you and Prof. Telchi. How to select the essential oil, yeah, from many plants using as fragrance food for ready consumption in means Indonesia, like taste food in taste food in Indonesia, artinya perasa. How to select the essential oil to using as taste food for ready consumption. Thank you very much. Syukran wa jazakumullah khair. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Aleykümselam.
Teşekkür ederim. Ben Türkçe söyleyeyim. Sanırım yağı gıdada nasıl kullanılacağını
Evet,
sordu. Değil
doğru.
mi?
Evet.
Is not use essential oil directly in food. Yani uçucu yağ direkt gıdada kullanılmıyor. Türk lokumu veya gıdada kullanılan distilasyon sonucu elde edilen gül yağı kullanılır. Bu cevap bilmiyorum yeterli midir?
Okay. Essential oils is not used directly in the taste food, but only the distillated oils can used in the food industry.
Şey değil, distillated oil değil. After distillated oil, water, atık madde neydi?
Su
Suyu,
kullanılıyor.
evet. Gül suyu kullanılabilir.
Okay. Rose water. Rose water is used.
Yes.
Rose water is used in the food, taste food, not oil. So yeah, you get after the distillation a water. It's called rose water. Okay.
Okay.
Just we used rose leaves on the delight, Turkish delight.
Ömer Hocam bir de distilasyon olmamış taze gül yapraklar da reçel ve bazı geleneksel ürünlerde kullanılır. Kurutuluyor ya. Onu da bahsedebilirsin.
And also dried rose leaves can use like jam or some sweet things and some sweet foods in Sparta.
Thank you, Dr. Omer. I think Bayu has got the answer. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I have ever also taste the Turkish delight with fragrant rose fragrance, rose aroma. Maybe this is from rose water, not from rose oil, yeah. And even though we still want to discuss more about this rose, but unfortunately we have restricted by time. Dr. Omer, can you please, or Professor Isa, can you please give one closing remark? One statement or one closing remark. One last closing remark from you.
Hocam son kapanış bir şey söyler misiniz?
Ne söyleyeyim ki? Thank you very much, everybody. Syiah other symposium, I hope. Anlaşıldı mı?
Okay.
Yani davetleri için teşekkür ederim. İstersen bunu sen çevirebilirsin. Davetleri inşallah bundan sonraki konferanslarda daha iyi bir iletişimle bir araya geliriz diye ve Türkiye'den selamlar.
Yeah, we would like to thank you for this invitation for this conference. Inshallah, on the further cooperation. We will continue to connect with you.
Dr.
And
Omer,
also we invite you to Sparta. And actually in the rose collection time in May and June.
Yes, the rose production time, yeah. Dr. Omer, thank you very much for your participation in this morning. But we have to finish this session, and thank you all the participants and the committee. I have to give it back to the MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Once again, thank you very much for Dr. Muhammad Rafi, Dr. Professor Isa Telsi, Dr. Omer, and Dr. Esi for the insightful and fruitful invited speaker session. Tashakur Edrim. Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Dr. Irfan Zikri SSEMR, the Executive Chairman of Iconpeori 2021, to announce the best presenter for yesterday's parallel session.
Hello, we cannot hear the voice clearly.
Okay, can you hear me now? Check. Okay. Once again, thank you very much for Dr. Muhammad Rafi, Dr. Rernet Khairan, Professor Isa Telsi, Dr. Omer, and Dr. Esi for the insightful and fruitful invited speaker session. Tashakur Edrim. Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Dr. Irfan Zikri SSEMR, the Executive Chairman of Iconpeori 2021, to announce the best presenter for yesterday's parallel session. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on screen Dr. Irfan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Now we are approaching to the end of the conference, today's conference, and we would like to thanks to all the speakers, yesterday's speakers, and also the presenters, all the presenters. Yesterday we had Professor Toru Misutnaga from Gifu University, Japan, Prof. Miguel Elias from Evora University, Portugal, Professor Rina Sriwati from PT-Nilam Aceh, Universitas Syiah, Kuala, Prof. Arlinda Kuspradini from PT Oktal, Universitas Syiah, Kuala, Dr. Ben Gritrix from University of New England, Australia. And today we just finished our next final sessions. Professor Isa Telsi from Sparta University and Dr. Omer, then Dr. Muhammad Rafi from EP University Indonesia, and Dr. Rernad Khairan from ARC PT-Nilam Aceh Universitas Syiah, Kuala, and all the presenters we would thanks for your contributions, your great contributions for our conference. And now these sessions, we would like to announce you the best presenter from yesterday presentations. And the best presenter criteria is we evaluate from their own performance and organize the times on also personalization of language, the features of PPT slide, and also confidence, energy, expression, and clarity. And all the best presenters will awarded a best presenter certificate, and also will obtain a gift and souvenir from our general sponsor for this event, Koperasi Innovac. And this is the times. The best presenters awarded is from room A, goes to paper ID 001, titled The Use of Helichrysums Italicum Essential Oil for Wound Healing Serial Case Report, presented by Dr. Dian Pratiwi from Puspa Dermatologi Clinic, Jakarta. Thank you. And then the second best the next best presenters from room B goes to paper ID number 19, titles Applications of Indonesia National Standard SNI Test Method for Patchouli and Clove Oils in the Office for Quality Testing and Certification of Goods in Aceh Province. Presented by Muniratul Aufa from Biology Department, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Universitas Syiah, Kuala. And the last best presenters from room C goes to paper ID A05, titled Identifications of the Chemical Component of Nutmeg Essential Oil as multi-purpose essential plant in the food industry, presented by Zaudatul Ulia from Berlin School of Economics and Law, Germany. Those are best presenters from each room. And we also have one another souvenir and gift awarded to our best participants who actively involve and also participate in our sessions. And this gift will be awarded to Rifan Rifaldi from Wageningen University, Germany. And as for the souvenirs and gift, we will deliver to you directly. Please contact to our secretariat for the shipping process. And hope to see you seeing you again in the next conference. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Congratulations once again for the best presenter and best participants. As you can see in the in my left side, there is the product that will send to you directly. Nilam perfume, supported by our general sponsor, Koperasi Inovasi. So please ensure to contact the secretariat for shipping the product. Thank you. And then now, we move on to the next agenda, which is a closing remarks from the Vice Rector 1 of Universitas Syiah Kuala, Professor Dr. Insinyur Marwan. We would also like to request Professor Marwan to officially close the International Conference on Patchouli and Essential Oils Research Innovation, Iconpeori 2021. Professor Marwan will join us via Zoom room. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on screen Professor Marwan.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon, all keynotes and invited speaker, participant, colleges and students from Universitas Syiah Kuala, also from other university and institutions in Indonesia and overseas, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 days of the conference, the International Conference on Patchouli and Essential Oil Research and Innovation, Iconpeori 2021, we arrived at the final session, the closing ceremony. I believe it has been a great time for us. Everybody enjoyed the meeting. You all have listened and discussed many things in the area of patchouli oil, also essential oil, with showing the importance in human life for healing, healthcare, pharmaceutical, or economic, our environment, and sustainable development. Universitas Syiah Kuala, through the IRC PT-Nilam, has committed itself to contribute to Aceh economic development by involving in the upstream and downstream process of the unique essential oil growth in Aceh, especially patchouli oil. There are many other important essential oil sources found in Aceh that attracting international, also national market and industry. For instance, nutmeg oil, clove oil, and lemongrass and eucalyptus. Even for patchouli oil, Indonesia contribute to the most, around 80 to 90% patchouli oil for the global market. From the result our meeting, we need to follow up by collaborating all stakeholders. We need to move forward, not only extracting the oil, but also providing added value of the oil that might alleviate the farmer income, welfare, and economic progress. Science, technology, and innovation support from university, academician, and researcher is one of the main keys to create a good ecosystem for essential oil stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's conference is still conducted in virtual room due to COVID-19 pandemic. We pray to Allah, our God, the pandemic will be over soon. So in the next Iconpeori, you all can come to Banda Aceh, not only for meeting, also to enjoy city of Banda Aceh. The city and its vicinity is very famous for its tsunami heritage, its Islamic tradition and culture, its culinary, and its natural beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, in this last opportunity, I would like to deliver sincere thanks to all keynote speakers and invited speakers for their contribution, all presenters that have shared their valuable findings, and all participants that I believe enjoying our presentation and fruitful discussion. On behalf of Universitas Syiah Kuala, I will also thank the entire committee for their dedication and hard work so that the Iconpeori 2021 can be carried out from the beginning until this closing event. By saying Alhamdulillah, the Iconpeori 2021 officially closed. May God bless us all after having a successful, enjoyable conference. See you in the next Iconpeori in 2023. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Marwan, for the closing remark. Before we wrapping up the event, we would like to hold a photo session. Please turn on your video and our committee will take the photo for you. Operator, to please lead this session. Okay, everyone, look at the camera and smile. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Can everyone please turn on the camera? So we can take the photo? Or should we just moving forward? Okay, just move forward. 1, 2, 3, smile. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for the photo session. And this is the end of the International Conference on Patchouli and Essential Oils Research Innovation, February 2021. It has been a great, wonderful 2 days with all of you. I am the master of ceremony for today's event. Would like to say thank you and hope you have a pleasant time during the conference. Thank you and see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.